Hi, this is Zadie X, and I'm going to be talking about how important acting is. I mean, it's been on my mind a lot, and I know I've done stuff like this before, but you know, acting is not always about you. It's generally for the audience who's partaking and watching you. I'd like to start with the fact that when you act or perform, you are either performing in front of 5 people or over 1,000 people, or even national TV. What we can talk about is why it's so important. I mean, performing saves lives, performing entertains lives, and it gives inspiration to lives. When we're talking about saving lives, we mean people, including me, have been guilty of watching a performance or even performing in a performance at a very depressing level. It's a common thing with just everyone. And generally, when there's someone that's depressed, if they see someone perform, it can really help them. So as an actor, performer, whatever, when you go up there to, like what I did, play a solo on your saxophone or on your flute or whatever, or if you do a solo rifle spin or even a group rifle spin, like a drill team meet, like what I've also done, you're not always just doing it to perform. You're doing it to make someone's day, to say, wow, look at that, or wow, their voice sounds so good, or their playing sounds so good. What I'm saying is, when you're performing for an audience, or even for yourself, it's guaranteed to help you become better. Just look at people, like when you're performing a play. Everyone in the audience has a different persona. Some people, when you look out there, they look lonely. They're chilling in the back, and you think, okay, they need help, but when you start performing, you can tell that person just looks better, or if there's a moment where there needs to be a laugh, you can actually tell that they're genuinely feeling better from just watching a performance. And I'm saying, when you look at a performance, or when you're in a performance, there's always that one person that's watching you, all eyes on you. I'm guilty of it. Many people are guilty of it. When you're watching a dance concert, there's always that one person. At least one person in the audience has full eyes on, which is generally known as a fan cam. Except it's just a person paying attention to that one person. In a play, there's always that one actor or one person the audience has full focus on. Maybe it's because they were late. Maybe because they did something that a person really liked and wants to focus on. I mean, performing is all about being there for other people, acting for other people, telling a poem for other people. It's the same with singing or playing a solo on an instrument. There's just so many factors. It literally, performing can save lives. As someone being guilty of it, go to a performance depressed, performing depressed. At the end, it's not about how you felt in the beginning. It's about that performing just made you feel better and made you realize to continue moving on and not staying stuck where you're at. Like, an analogy. You can be performing for so many people, but the one you focus on is yourself. At the same time, you know you're helping someone. Like, whether you're spinning that rifle or performing that solo. Another way to think of it is like, oh gosh, I lost my words. Just know it's always, there's always the connection with performing. Like, I don't know. Like, just take a moment to think about it. Like, oh gosh, I like don't remember what I was gonna say, but just, it's always like when you're up on a stage, you provide material to help save a life. It could be a beautiful song or a beautiful act or I don't know, just anything. Really, something that someone can be inspired by. And oh gosh, this is like trickling my mind. The analogy I was gonna say. I mean, if you're sad, and you're at home alone, just entertain yourself, you know? Watch some past live performance of either you or other people. Don't think about the bad moments. Put your full heart into performing. And like, just go along with it. Performance is literally just connecting with people, talents, like making connections, going places. It's not necessarily about the fame, the money. It's about the challenges and what people can learn from you as a performer and how they can help themselves become a performer. Whether it's just graceful painting or watching someone draw a live portrait of someone. I mean, it's just beautiful art, and we need more people to show that in this world. No matter what, don't be afraid of your talents. Don't be afraid to show them. Don't be afraid to try. We're all humans growing up in this world, and we need less slacking and more just, I don't know, start a street performance. Take out your darn saxophone in the middle of like a city. I mean, if you go to New Orleans, you see that a lot. Like, New Orleans is like the king of that. But just make people happy. Think of it as using your worth to show other people that they have worth. And showing people that it's alright. Like, I don't know. start like a street act, a street song. Just, you see it on the news all the time, and it's beautiful. Like, appreciate the arts, different cultures. There's always something to perform or be performed about that people will love and emphasize their life on, and teach the world that anything is possible, and it all starts with you. So just do what you can do. Feel the passion of what's going on. It's not always about the story. It's always about what you relate to it. It's always about what you can take from it and enjoy about it. Live in the moment. Feel better afterwards. Don't let that negativity get into your life. Just remember what you saw, what you heard, the beautifulness. And you'll live better, happier, and keep bringing on the peace. And there's always opportunities to, like, I don't know, like, do a small act. Like, some people get famous just for performing at a local amphitheater or a street or something. Can definitely, anything can go viral these days. Just needs that faith and attention of each person. But just be yourself. Like, explore what you can find. Like, explore yourself. Don't be afraid or ashamed to start dancing out in public. Start a street dance mob. Bring out your sax. Bring out something to entertain the world. Because guess what? Like, who can resist, right? No one. I mean, I saw people at a beach once. One person had like a huge bubble blower, and huge bubbles were just floating away. Another person was playing their banjo. It's beautiful. Like, we want to see that. We want to see people live in the moment more instead of getting in the street fights or arguing or whatever. You know, like, you just be yourself and do what you think is right. And I hope all of you are safe out there. Wear a mask if you're gonna go out in public, because trust me, especially for the recent protests, the states with the people that refused to wear masks during protests, their numbers went up versus the states that had the people wearing their masks at the protests. So, wear a mask. Trust me, it'll help a lot. And I hope y'all have a great day, and peace.